You.
There he is. Oh, okay.
Suck my dick and bow.
And we're live already, so. And on Facebook.
I
What was with the Seth Rollins laugh there?
don't know. Fuck you.
Go get your Shulafala.
Get my own tribal thief.
Yeah, Shulafala.
I don't need a tribal thief. I'll just have Christian come fucking break your ankles.
Huh?
Did you put the recycle out?
Not yet.
Don't forget.
I wasn't planning on.
It's full.
No shit. So there's the boxes in the front of it.
Darling, don't forget you gotta put out the recycling.
Listen, the only thing that's got to be put out for trash is fucking Sonny's vag. It's all dusty and fucking. It's all dusty and fucking wrinkled. It looks like the inside of a jail cell from Shawshank Redemption.
Hey, look what I did. It's cool.
Oh, what'd you do?
Hold on, I'm sending it.
I thought you were gonna just turn on the fucking. Oh yeah, that's fucking great.
Right? And as you can see, it's got for headphones.
Good night, darling.
Night, hon.
That's a headphone holder.
How many times I gotta tell you stop talking to those whores?
Listen, darling. The only whores that are out here are the people that are fucked up at night.
Thought I told you stop talking to those man whores.
Just like they're trying to cancel Howard Stern. Yet they don't want to pay him $50 million a year.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so let me ask you. Have you ever seen? I got this movie on here in the background. I'm just wondering if you've ever seen it because it's so goddamn ridiculous that I'm in love with it.
Is it a Christmas Miracle?
If you need help, you can always call Pig Vomit.
Yeah. Hi, Day.
That was the biggest fucking botch I have ever seen in a fucking match.
Who is that?
The chick went for Pop Rocks, missed, and I think it was Sky Blue. Went for Pop Rocks, missed, and went head first into the chair.
What match is this?
It's something on AEW.
Oh, who cares?
It's an AEW miracle.
Night of Badassdom.
No.
I'm going to suggest you watch.
What the fuck is Tony Storm wearing?
Jesus. I'm gonna rip your tits off.
Alright. Oh, Jesus Christ. And the cameraman just gets a full shot of ass.
In the business, we call that a bonus.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Who is that?
In Japan, we call that a colonoscopy.
This is the girl that won. Who is that?
I don't know. Tatum? I don't know. She's facing Mercedes Monet. No one gives a shit.
No,
That's Windsor? What is she, a jobber?
No, clearly not. She's wrestling for a fucking title. Whatever 80 fucking titles
Never even heard
Sasha
of her.
Banks has.
she booked herself to win.
Just like she books herself to suck dick.
Trying to get on that booking list.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why does that look like the guy look like a porn star?
Joey Ryan?
No, well, Joey Ryan is a whole different issue. Because apparently no one wants to take that mustache ride.
All right, I'm going to say it.
I mean, we're live, so go ahead.
If we can forgive Brock Lesnar.
It's like getting it in the dick with a bag of nickels.
All I heard was Dick and Nichols.
Dick in a bag of nickels. Wait, that can't be real. Austin Theory is possibly facing charges and connections with the alleged involvement of January 6th.
Really?
And that's why he's been off of television.
Now that is an interesting angle.
And, yeah.
Sasha, fix your top. You can see your nipple cover.
Again, no one's. It's AEW. No one's gonna stop her.
Jesus.
I know a feller who was at the January 6th thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in prison right now.
Fans thinking Cena turned face. It's Cody Rhodes. Cena knowing he signed with ESPN as the new broadcast director.
Right.
Ultimate heel turn.
Did you hear that fucking pop he got though?
Oh yeah. Especially with the fact that it went from black to colors.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a terrible Italian commercial.
All right. Well, while we're waiting, let's talk about SummerSlam.
Well, we can open up the show and just talk about SummerSlam. Because God forbid, we've had cold opens that are worse than this. Because you know, it's like a dildo getting thrown on the basketball court. But, all right, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Betting Window on the Nerdport Network. I'm your host, Stephen Ronnie, and with me, as always,
Captain Stuntcock himself.
And we are live on all platforms of Kick, Twitch, Rumble, YouTube, and Facebook. But it's my Facebook, so, I mean, it's only going out to 1,500 people.
I expect you all to listen, motherfuckers.
Hashtag humblebrag. But yes, this is a sports podcast where we dive into the good, the bad, and the what the fuck was that in the wide world of sports and sports betting. On today's show, we start with our NFL preview and we dive into the East, and in college, we continue on our route to college football week 0, but diving into the Big Ten Conference and SummerSlam. And, we finally have our first poll in college football.
Okay, cool.
And we will talk about that and much, much more. Just like the tribal thief goes after Jordans.
Shula Fala, baby.
But yes, let's talk about SummerSlam and the people that were bitching up a storm.
Fucking mark-ass bitches.
I'm sorry. And if anyone wants to say it, and I'll clip it, and I'll put it on TikTok, I'll put it on all that. Night 1 was 1,000 times better.
Night 2 had too many gimmicks.
Yeah.
That was the problem. Like, before we break these down, let me just run down how they did night 2.
Every match was a gimmick except Dominic and AJ.
and the triple threat.
That's a gimmick. We don't look at it like that anymore. But let's face it, a triple threat match is technically a gimmick.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Now, I wish they went back to the ECW way and did a three-way dance. That wouldn't be a gimmick. That would just be two falls to a finish.
Right.
But a three-way dance, it's funny. A three-way dance is completely different than a triple threat match. But no, they don't ever talk about that. But anyway, proceed.
Triple threat, 12-man TLC.
Okay.
No disqualification, no count out.
Yep. It was, just no DQ, no count out. Last chance match.
Then we had the palate cleanser.
Nope. We had a steel cage next.
Oh, that's right. Then we had steel cage.
Then the palate cleanser.
And then the street fight main event. But after, and you can disagree with me if you want. Tell me if you do. After the no disqualification, no count out match, crowd wasn't into the street fight.
I'm gonna not even say that. I'm gonna say after the TLC match, the crowd just didn't give a shit after any of that.
Becky was off.
Well, that's what I mean. They didn't care. Solo and Jacob, they didn't care. But then it's like, oh, well, Brock came back. You just had all of that for fucking 3.5 hours. And your palate cleanser was a tribute to Eddie Guerrero. Yes, it was 20 years to the day, or it was 20 years when Eddie won the, I think it was what? He won the title.
No, it was 20 years to the event of the ladder match.
Oh, okay. The custody battle. Which, Rey Mysterio had the greatest tweet ever. Watching Dominic and AJ have an amazing match and having tributes to Eddie Guerrero. But God damn it, Eddie, why did you not win that ladder match and take Dom away from me?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I'm like, God damn it. But, like, it's funny. Night 2 was an AEW card. With better wrestlers. Night 1 was a traditional WWE, SummerSlam.
Yeah. And it was great.
And it told stories. Oh my God. You told a story. And hell, you had a celebrity in a match. And Jelly Roll did his part.
He did. And he was working hard. Got to give him the respect for that.
And what's funny is he told Hunter, according to an interview he did, he told Hunter to put Logan over.
Okay.
Because let's face it, you know how things work. Celebrity comes in, celebrity usually goes over.
Yeah.
Jelly apparently told Triple H, no, Logan goes over, which tells me one thing. We're going to get a singles match down the road.
Probably.
Yeah. But like,
probably.
Yeah, but guess what? I'm fine with that. Let Jelly get a little more seasoning. And you can do Jelly Roll Logan Paul. And Jelly Roll...
He's got a good set of trainers, too.
Right. But, like, and it's funny, though, because it's like, okay, you go over. Story-wise, well, okay, does Jelly Roll get his comeuppance? If they're saying they're going to use him more, then, yeah, he's going to. Because Jelly Roll is a student of the game.
He's a fan.
Yeah. But not a mark. He's a fan. He understands what to do. He understands how hard it is. But he's not one of those people that's delusional. He's not AEW.
Right.
And then, oh my God, I was hearing everybody bitch and moan about Jey Uso. Oh, well, why did they restart his entrance song after the bell rang? Because not everyone was in their seats.
Right, and he's one of the people that made it.
Now, I will say this. I did have one issue with that. Not Jey being in the match. I have an issue with Roman Reigns and Jey going on first.
I don't.
I understand why they went on first. Hear me out on this, though. Jey Uso's entrance, and it's kind of like how the Wyatts going on second, that the ladder match was bad too, because the Wyatts and Jey, their entrance works better when the lights and everything around it are working with it. The crowd's gonna be into it. No, the match is fine where it was. I have an issue with the fact that it was in broad fucking daylight. That's a nitpick thing, though. That's something that I look at and I notice, but that's not something that ruined the match or what it was for there. I'm like, you could have done something with that. You could have put that on a little bit lower, but I understand why this was here. That's a preference thing. That's not that's a nitpick and a preference. That's not this was a bad spot. No, to me, it doesn't work in daylight. Especially the Wyatts. It doesn't have the same... What?
I think it still worked. Look, dude, it's the pro wrestling world. You're never going to get everything exactly the way you want it. Does it work better with the lights off? Absolutely. But were the fans happy?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not saying that it didn't...
Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
But were the fans happy? Because I know I personally was. How happy the fans were to get a better look at the Wyatts, because they're under dark and dim lights all the time. You can't see the detail in the masks or the face paints. I could.
Now, the only other thing that I would have done, that I would have loved to see... Now, this is just me being... this is me, like, if I was going to do something that make it look cooler, I would have the Wyatt 6 use the elevator.
Wyatt 6 wanted to look cooler than they already fucking do. They'd use Gangrel's old entrance.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying, imagine if all of them stood on the elevator, Howdy's in the fucking chair with the lantern and coming up out of the floor.
All 5 of them are coming up out of a ring of fire?
Yeah, like, that would have been fucking badass. Like, that, again, that's a preference. That would have been something cool to see, but I was perfectly fine with seeing what it was, because you needed to use the elevator for Cody.
Right.
But again, that's just... That's me. Like, I'm seeing that, I'm like, ooh, that would have been kind of sick. But also, too, like, me and you both talked about it. After night 1, after Seth cashing in, Brock Lesnar coming back meant nothing.
Right.
You know what it did? Brock Lesnar coming back kind of made us look and go, what does this do with the allegations? That's what that did. That's the bigger question.
Yeah.
But Seth coming out, and also too, here's the other kicker.
Seth coming out was the biggest moment of night one.
Oh yeah. And I mean, the only two people that knew, or technically three, was Seth's wife and kids. Actually, no. His daughter didn't know. Did you hear about that story? He had to he told his daughter that it was a pretend boo-boo. Like that it wasn't real. What did she do? Went to her teacher and said that her dad's fake hurt.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
So he kept the brace on to make it not see and he played it up the entire time. The only one that knew were Becky and Heyman. Because apparently and obviously Hunter and shit like that. But like when he went out, cause Rosenthal, Peter,
yeah.
They went out to dinner. What?
Peter.
Yeah, Peter. They went out to dinner, and he had the brace on. So he did
the same thing Sandman did back in the day.
Yeah. It was you know what? I'll say this. It was very nice for once in a blue moon to see actual kayfabe.
Right.
And like, okay, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss now. By the way, I want you to go back and listen to something. Have you noticed Alexa Bliss's theme song?
It's changed?
Yeah. It has the Fiend's theme.
Yeah. I mean, haven't you read the back of her jacket?
Yeah, but no, I'm saying like the actual, like her actual theme, like when it hits, the bass dropping is the Fiend's old theme song. Like the dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, why did I never pick up on that? Nice little touch. So while we're waiting for Christian, we got some hockey news.
What do we got?
We have an announcement for the Winter Classic.
Okay, where's the Winter Classic going to be?
I don't know how you're going to do this, because I'm very interested to see how the fuck they are going to do the Panthers, the Florida Panthers versus the Rangers in Miami.
Perma ice? Fake ice?
Yeah, that's going to look like shit on television.
Oh, dude, it'll look all right.
And then to cap it off, the Stadium Series is going to be in Tampa at Raymond James.
Okay.
And it's going to be the Brewers versus the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Brewers and the Lightning, huh?
Yep.
Oh, apparently I heard Caitlin Clark was traded.
That would have come over my fucking feed. I don't think that's real. If it is, injury to key players. No, she's hurt. I don't think she was traded. The coach trade. Okay. They no. Apparently they. Okay, 3 blockbusters trade. This is confusing as shit. Caitlin Clark is still a fever.
Okay.
But like other people are getting, I don't know. It's pretty much they did trades of like more non-important stuff to get Caitlin Clark to try to win a title. Apparently there's trade rumors of Caitlin Clark getting traded, but there's nothing yet on that. That would, if that ever happens, that will be on my feed real quick. What up, Christian?
What's up, man? What's up, Ryan?
What up, buddy?
Oh man, just another day in paradise. How nephew doing?
Cool. He's been
Mm-hmm.
but he's been sick, but he's getting better.
Oh man, I hope you feel better. He teething?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they already got you. I'll send you a picture after the
Yeah, for sure. Hold on, guys.
So we also have some more news about the gunman,
Which one?
the New York.
The NFL guy?
Yeah, apparently they're putting that to. So it's weird.
After this morning, he's old news, man. Nobody cares.
What?
The active shooter on the military base in Georgia this morning killed 5.
Yeah,
Nobody gives a
I
fuck.
understand that, but no. They found out one of the people that he killed, though. That's where the shit gets interesting. He killed somebody from BlackRock. Insurance has nothing. Apparently, this shooting had a lot to do with nothing on the NFL. They're saying apparently there's more to this story that we know, because apparently one of the guys that he killed was BlackRock Insurance. And that got swept under the rug really quick because they said it was CTE. Apparently that was kind of bullshit too, because apparently he went to the doctors to get evaluated and the insurance denied him. Yeah, but yet no one's going to talk about that.
No, they're not.
It's going to get swept under the rug.
No, there's just been another shooting, so nobody cares.
Yeah, but well, they stopped. Apparently, people stopped when they found out who the people that he killed were. They stopped caring because they, BlackRock. Because, like I said, I told you last week, something didn't seem right when he said he had CTE from 9 years ago. Yeah, and you're talking about the Army sergeant. Yeah, apparently he's in custody.
Correct. But there's already been another shooting. He's old news. Nobody's going to give a shit.
Well, I still have to report on it because that was something that I heard, and yeah. All right. What else do we got? WNBA. All right, let's dive into anything.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Mikal Bridges. Quick hit wise, Mikal Bridges signed a 4-year, $150 million extension. Luka signed a 3-year, $165 extension. DeAndre Fox signed a 4-year, $229 million extension. But yet the WNBA is still $40 million in the hole.
Oh, well.
So apparently when we went off the air last week, another dildo got thrown in the court. So this has been 2.
I blame you for this.
Why?
Because you keep talking about the shit.
Yeah, apparently more people turned into the WNBA to see stupid shit like this, and the guy that they found was charged.
Oh.
So yeah, that's gonna be very interesting to see what happens, because God forbid, people throwing shit on the court, no matter what it is the dumbest thing you could fucking do.
Yeah, it really is.
It's just funny because it's a fucking dildo. It's like, honestly, who throws a shoe? Oh, crap. All right. Wait, hold on. Despite concussions, NFL players can use their own smelling salts. Why is this a fucking... Is news really that fucking slow that we have to talk about players having their own smelling salts?
Yeah, because I know George Kittle said he uses them before every game, and he said if the NFL didn't allow it, he would have retired.
First off, if anyone knows what smelling salts are, you don't use them. You're not supposed to use them when you have a fucking concussion. You use them before the game to fucking get your nose, get your shit, to be able to breathe. And sorry, Ryan, what were you going to say?
That they're wonderful for keeping yourself awake.
Yeah. But, like, you're not supposed to use them when you have a goddamn concussion.
No, you are not.
This is not the fucking 70s and 80s where we didn't know shit about head injuries. Just... Like, that's like people using a fucking the vape sticks. Or the fucking Vic sticks you put to your fucking nose. But I think that's fucking
Those
stupid.
work too.
What?
And those motherfuckers work too.
Oh yeah. One bit of baseball news. I mean, we're not going to talk about the fucking trade deadline. In all honesty, it's a week already passed. And no one really did anything big. There was no real big bats that got traded. A lot of bullpen shit. But there was one signing, one extension that got hit today that's interesting, and it's going out to Boston. Roman Anthony has locked up with the Red Sox for the next, 15 years. He signed an 8-year, $130 million that could be elevated and max out to $230 million contract extension. So he gets his rookie contract on top of another 8 years.
Right on.
So the kids locked in, and I guess good for the Red Sox for pretty much locking in their star. Christian?
Ain't nobody care.
Apparently he's...
You heard me?
Yeah, I heard you, but I mean, the fact that they locked in their guy,
No,
I'm
well,
surprised.
I don't. No, good and well, I don't give a shit about the Red Sox.
Well, here's the funny thing. They lock in their guy for this, but yet Pittsburgh can't fucking pony up the money to lock in Paul Skeens.
Because Paul Skeens is about to be a Yankee.
Or a Met or a Dodger.
A Yankee.
Or a Cub.
He'll be a Yankee.
Well, okay. I'm not trying to be a dick to this one.
Yeah, okay.
Will Steinbrenner pony up the money?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, you're not wrong.
Like, that's not me trying to be a dick. That's not me being a Met fan saying that fucking Steve Cohen will pony up any bit of money to get Paul Skeens. No, I'm actually being serious, is that with how he's been, well, Hal has kind of been a little light in the fucking pocketbook lately.
Yeah, but honestly, and hear me out when I say this, I think the Yankees are just a little nervous to kind of give out these long-term contracts, because it seems like every time they do, they always hit a bump in the road. Like A-Rod, right? Remember A-Rod signed that 2-year contract, and I mean that 10-year contract in what, 2007 or 2008?
It was right after the World Series, right?
Right. And I mean, he missed a couple of seasons, and he was suspended for a year and stuff like that. And then they even forced him into retirement so they could bring up Aaron Judge, right? Then the minute when they gave Jacoby Ellsbury all that money, that's when I knew that Robinson Cano wasn't coming back. And look at Garrett Cole now. I mean, yeah, he signed that long-term deal, and
he's getting. And I just pulled up contracts. That's funny. That's funny that you actually said that.
Yeah, but so I think the Yankees are just a little nervous, but I don't know, because even if they were to give a big time contract to somebody, like, will it result in bringing back a title to the Bronx?
Now here's the thing. And there's a guy that was like this for the Yankees that came actually out of Pittsburgh that wasn't Garrett Cole. And I believe he did get a title with them, and that would be AJ Burnett.
Who, AJ Burnett? Oh God.
But I'm saying is, at that time, he was the big guy on campus in the league. He signed a decent contract with the Yankees and had a standout career with the Yankees.
AJ Burnett sucked.
Am I wrong? Didn't he bring a title?
Yeah, he was a part of that 09 team, but he was inconsistent at times.
Yeah, but so is Carlos Rodon.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. This is what's interesting about this, and this is what scares me with a lot of this. And I got the Yankees contracts all up. The top 2 players right now that are signed by the Yankees are Aaron Judge and Stanton.
Yeah, but I think Stanton has 1 more year, and then he's
Stanton
off.
is 2 more. He ends in 27.
Okay.
But I mean, that was also a 13-year deal that the Marlins gave him. So
the Yankees took on that salary.
Yeah, which at the time, you think about it now, it was only a $25 million contract.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Garrett Cole is making an average of $36 million a year. He signed a 9-year deal. He's got He's got 3 more years on that deal because he ends in 28. Max Fried signed an 8-year deal, done in 32, making $27 a year. Carlos Rodon is making $27 a year. He signed a 6-year deal. He's also done in 28. Your 3 top starters are on the books for an average of 28 or $26.5 million. And I mean, let's face it, since the start of the year, Max Fried has kind of been on and off. Garrett's been hurt all this year, and Rodon is shakier than Michael J. Fox with a snow globe.
Yeah.
But the difference is between them is they're signing at the age of 30, in Garrett Cole's case 29. Paul Skeens is not even 25 yet. So if you can lock him in you could lock him in and say like an extra 6-year deal, 6-7-year deal, and be paying him $40 million a year. By the time that contract is up, I mean, let's face it, $40 million is nothing because Judge is getting that now. By the time that contract is up, we're going to be seeing guys making $70 million on a normal basis, probably, unless a salary cap gets hit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Ryan, what's your thoughts on this?
I don't have any.
No. Like the fact that like the Dodgers will open up the checkbook for that, but at the same time, will the Dodgers, because let's face it, they're going to be a salary cap hell the minute the Ohtani contract's up. Because then they gotta pay the back end of that, which is going to be $22 million a year. But then probably Mookie Betts is going to be gone, and so is Friedman. The Mets, I mean, the 2 big contracts that they got to worry about on there would be Lindor and Soto. And who knows what you're signing Pete to. And let's face it, the Mets need fucking pitching.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, they would be the ones that would break open the checkbook. But I mean, I could also see the Cubs do it. And would that would not be a kick in the dick if the Cubs went out and got Skeens?
Yeah, that'd be a kick in the dick.
Especially if you're a Pittsburgh fan.
Right.
I mean, hell, even by that time, I could also see St. Louis go out and get him. But again, it's another kick in the dick to the fucking Pirates if St. Louis goes and gets him.
Which I'm okay with.
And there's one team I think that would open up the checkbook, and I would hand them the title immediately if they did.
The Dodgers.
No, dude. Okay. Because you think if they're going to do that, they would lock down this. If this team got them, they would lock down the front part of their rotation, and then they go out and get bats. If the Tigers got them,
yeah.
The 2 best young pitchers in the game as your 1-2.
Skubal and Skeens. Yeah, that would be scary.
And then you go out and get bats for the offense? Yeah, that's terrifying. That's a team I would not, as much as I would love to see that, I do not want to see him go to Detroit, because then just, the fucking defense.
Right.
The pitching rotation would be disgusting. But no, it's interesting to see what they do, because Skeens right now, Skeens and Skubal are the 2 best pitchers in the league.
Yeah, without question.
And, I mean, Skeens is literally... You know what Skeens reminds me of? Because he's going to probably win NL Cy Young. But it's literally another version of what DeGrom was getting. Where DeGrom was lights out with the Mets, but the Mets couldn't score anything for him to the point where he was getting like an 8-9 win-loss record. But he was pitching under a 1.5 ERA. Like, that's what Skeens feels like right now. Because what's Paul Skeens' stats right now? Pull it up right now. Hold on. Baseball Reference. He's 6-8 with a 2.02 ERA. That's nuts. ERA, yeah, 2.2. 23 games started. He's got 6 wins. See, there you go, right there. He's 6-8 where he started 23 games.
That's crazy.
He's given up only 7 home runs with 154 strikeouts. And he's walked, what is it? Where is the walk? He earned runs. He's only given up 31 runs at all. He's only given up 7 home runs, 34 walks with 154 strikeouts. It's insane. I mean,
but it's like he's not getting run support.
No, not at all. Pittsburgh is not scoring any runs for him, even with one of the better young players in O'Neal Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
But it's literally what Jacob deGrom was getting.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, I go, Pittsburgh ain't going to pay the guy. It sucks because Pittsburgh has this guy who's probably one of the best pitchers that we've seen in the NL since like Nolan Ryan. And you're not going to open up the bank to pay this guy. Why? Because he's your Shohei? Or because his girlfriend gives more attention than your entire fucking team?
Probably a combination.
I mean, yes, Livy Dunn's hot. We get that. People have awkwardly fucking put that out there. But doesn't do shit when it comes to the game. Doesn't mean shit. But Pittsburgh hasn't been relevant since the fucking 80s and 70s where you had the killer bees.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they won't be relevant for any time soon.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to just go into the so college football? We'll dive into it because we got a lot to do with college football and the NFL because we finally dive into the NFL, but we actually have the first poll that came out this year, the coaches poll. Next week, we finally get the AP poll.
Well,
yeah. So it's interesting because the coaches poll is completely different from the AP. The writers do the AP poll. The coaches do this, and I don't agree with any of this. So I'll run through it real quick. Number 25, Boise State. They should be off the list. 24, Texas Tech. 23, BYU with what quarterback? Tied for 21st, Iowa State and Texas A&M. 20th, K-State. 19, Indiana. 17, Tennessee. 18, Tennessee. 17, Florida. 16, SMU. 15, Ole Miss. 14, Michigan. 13, South Carolina. 12, Illinois. Yeah, show me something first. Number 11, Arizona State. Number 10, the U of Miami. Number 9, LSU. What was that, right?
Yep.
Number 8, Roll Tide in Alabama.
Yeah, they're
Cousin.
gonna be they're gonna be interesting to watch this year. It's year 2 of Kalen DeBoer. He's finally gonna have his own quarterback to develop. And they still have that stud wide receiver in Ryan Williams.
Yep. Number 7, Oregon.
Yeah, they're going to be another interesting team. I thought this team was good enough to win it all last year, and then they ran into the buzzsaw that is Ohio State.
Yep. Number 6, Clemson.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I think Clemson should be top 5. They should be higher.
I don't know about top 5.
Clemson has the... If Klubnik stays healthy, Clemson has the best chance of winning the whole thing this year.
Clemson just doesn't scare me.
No, but we don't... It's a new team. Klubnik is running a different offense, and it's a new defense this year. So it's kind of the unknown. If they can stay healthy, Clemson is a scary team. Clemson is probably, like we've said, is going to win the ACC, which gets them in no matter what. And that's all you need to get is just get in. So Clemson might not get a first-round bye, but they're going to get in the playoffs. And after that, all you got to do is win 4 games, right?
Yeah, but my thing with Clemson is I don't fear them like I used to at one time. Like when they had Trevor Lawrence and those defenses and everything, like those teams are more built together. And Dabo doesn't want to take advantage of the transfer portal. And
Well, he did this year though.
Oh, okay. All right.
He did dive into the transfer portal.
They should be interesting to watch this year. I mean, what they do in week 1, that's going to tell me all I need to know.
Yeah, I agree with that. Number 5, Notre Dame.
Yeah, national runner-up.
Now, you want to talk about a team that doesn't scare me, it's Notre Dame.
Yeah, but look, they were in a national title game a year ago.
Oh, I'm not saying I agree with where they're put. I don't like you with Clemson. Notre Dame this year does not scare me.
Yeah.
Number 4, UGA, Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, you knew they were going to be there. Kirby Smart is the best coach in the country. Hopefully they can get their quarterback situation right because they I don't know. Like, they didn't scare me last year either. Like, they were very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Last year. Last year was the most games I think they've lost in a single season in quite some time. And, I just think all the issues caught up to them when they lost to Notre Dame.
I mean, Georgia has... I mean, they're going to smoke Marshall. their opening game. They're 40-point favorites against Marshall.
Oh yeah.
But the big game for them is going to be in Knoxville, September 13th.
Yeah.
And then they're off, and they got the fucking then they got the Tide in the Hedges.
We're in
Stanford, in Stanford, in Athens.
Wow.
Yeah, and then, but we'll get to them next week because that's who we got next. That's what to get next week. Here's where I disagree. Number 3, Penn State. With everybody that has come back, Penn State should be number 1. In a coach's poll, I get why they're not number 1, and I'll tell you who number 1 is when we get to there, because the only reason is because who the quarterback is at number 1.
Penn State should definitely be in the top 5. I mean, Drew Allar's coming back, Kaytron Allen's back, Nick Singleton. I think they give you one of the better formidable trios in all of the nation. What do they do to replace Abdul Carter? I think that's the $1 million question right here. Defensively, they're going to be good. And now James Franklin is he's in the exact position that Jim Harbaugh was in when Jim was in Ann Arbor, right? Can he win those big games? Because, I think he's only beat Ohio State once. Ohio State has had his number every year. I think if Ohio State is, I think with Ohio State, I think this is Penn State's best chance to beat them.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
And speaking of Ohio State, they're number 2. Don't really need to get too much into that. It's just what it is. And number 1, it's Texas.
Wow.
And let's face it. Hey, Ryan, can you figure out why Texas is number 1 in the coaches poll?
Because everything's bigger in Texas.
Because a Manning is the head of the helm at Texas.
That's a good reason.
Yeah. Arch Manning is hooking them. And trying to lead Texas to a title that they haven't won since, what, 94?
Who, Texas?
Yeah.
What, national title?
Yeah.
Oh, they haven't won a national title since 05.
05, yeah, Vince Young. That's right, that was the Vince Young one. So, yeah, trying to win something since 05. And, I mean, it's because of Manning. It's Arch. But, okay, Arch is there.
Yeah, and I mean, with Texas is the third time a charm. Because they've been a game away from the Natty 2 years in a row.
But here's the thing, and let me pull up real quick. I know we'll dive into it next week, but I want to see something real quick when it comes to Texas. Other than Red River, what does their schedule look like this year? All right, they got to go.
I know they start with Ohio State.
At Ohio State in the shoe. That's going to be tough because that's 1 versus 2 in the coaches poll. Then they got to go to the October 4th. They go to the Swamp. But are they looking ahead? That's a trap game right there because Red River's next.
Okay.
Then after they're beating the living hell, they got to fly to Lexington.
That's a trap game.
And then they got Mississippi State. That's probably not going to be a big deal. That's at Mississippi State. Then they come home to face Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt loves to fuck with people. Because they have a bye after that, but guess who's after that? They got to go to
Georgia.
Athens.
Yeah, that's the game that's going to tell me everything I need to know because I remember Georgia beat them in Austin uh during the regular season, and then I thought Texas was good enough to beat them in the SEC championship, but they beat themselves because they couldn't capitalize on opportunities to score in the red zone.
Yeah.
So this is a game um that Texas is going to want, and I have a feeling that's not going to be the only time we see those two play.
Possibly, but like the thing is though is so to round it out after Vandy, like I said, they have the bye there at Georgia. They go to Athens.
Yeah, hold on, Rodney. Y'all keep talking. I'll be back. Okay?
Then they come home for Arkansas, and then they stay at home for the rivalry game against A&M. Vandy and Arkansas can beat Texas because Texas could be looking ahead to bigger games in their opinion. Especially the rivalry game. They could easily look at the fucking Gig'em versus Hook'em game.
Yeah.
I mean, I especially a rivalry, like it's gonna fucking be interesting to see what happens, but I mean, Texas, I don't think Texas is going to be the number one team. Like, I think it goes down to being Penn State. I think Penn State is your set number one because of who's back. Because you have a lot of fucking big teams back is where this ends up being.
Right.
I mean, what, like, I know you're not really deep into college football, but do you have any thoughts about that? Like,
No, not at all.
no?
No, and I'm just being honest with you.
No, you're good. Listen, I get it. Some people don't follow college football a lot. It's not their cup of tea. I get it. But with that being said, I would say while we're waiting for Christian, we can start with the Big Ten Conference preview. 18 teams, no one's gotten added, no one's dropping out. This is one of the biggest, like, when it comes to these teams, there's maybe 4 or 5 teams that have a chance to do anything, and the rest are just fighting for 6 wins. And that's teams like fucking Rutgers and shit like that. They'll be fighting for 6 wins. But first, we start with a team that, again, I don't think is going to do anything when it comes to the conference, and that's Illinois. Illinois, though, is returning half of their entire offense. Their over-under is 7.5, but they're 30-1 to win the conference, to make it to the title game. Their non-conference games are Western Illinois, Duke, and Western Michigan. 7.5 is a tall ask for this team. They'll get 2 wins with Western Illinois and that, but then playing teams like USC at home, Ohio State at home. I'm sorry, yeah, Rutgers is at home, but Rutgers can beat them. I have them winning 6 games, but they're going under this. They're not going to do anything special. Right, what do you think?
I'm going to take the under.
Okay. Christian, are you back? Yeah, it's a no. All right, Indiana. is next on the list. 8.5. See, this is what makes no sense. Their season win total is 8.5 for Indiana, but their odds to win the title are 35-1. Meanwhile, Illinois was 30-1. How does that work? How?
I'm not sure.
No, that what the fuck you doing, Vegas? That's a little fucked up. The Hoosiers last year went 11-2. They were a team that made the college football playoffs, and coming into this year, they got Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, and Indiana State. Those are 3 wins right there. Then they go into their crosstown rivalry against Illinois, and that's where shit gets weird. This team wins 8 games but goes under, because they will falter sooner or later because they do not have their quarterback. They have a different quarterback this year. What do you got? You gonna take?
You know what? I'm gonna take the over.
Okay. Next, we go to Iowa. Iowa has a 7.5 win total, but they are 45-1 to win the whole thing. They have key games in Albany, at Iowa State for the Cyhawk, and UMass is their non-conference games. I have this team losing 4 games. I have them losing 3 games. I have them losing to Penn State, Oregon, and possibly losing to USC, because it's at USC. The 4th loss could come to either Iowa State or Rutgers, because Rutgers is a Friday night game in Piscataway, and they called for a blackout that game. So that could be their 4th loss. If they can win that game or win against USC, I think they will go over. I will actually stick with the over, and they get 9 wins.
Yeah, let's take the over.
Did Christian drop out, or is he just... okay, he's still there. He's just muted. Okay. Maryland, they're a whole lot to a little. 4.5-1, or 4.5 is their over-under, and they're 400-1 to win the whole thing. Their non-conference games are Florida Atlantic, Northern Illinois, and Townsend. They're making the Townsends. Maryland is a terrible team this year. They're going to have to play a lot of teams that are just going to be bad and on the road. I got them winning 3 games at most, maybe 4, but I've got the under. Rye, what do you think?
I'm going to take the under.
Okay. All right, time to go to Michigan. Michigan is 9.5 as their over-under. They are 8-1 to win the whole thing. Their non-conference games are New Mexico, at Oklahoma, and Central Michigan, like the Chippewas. Obviously, they have a game against Ohio State at the end of the year. They're playing in Sparty is their biggest rivalry game. Michigan 9.5 feels like a lot because you're starting a freshman quarterback. I think this team gets to where they are. I think they will go under their win total, but they're still going to get 9 wins. They miss it by the hook. Oh, what do you think, Ray?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the under.
Okay. All right. Next on the list is Sparty. The Spartans of Michigan State. Their over-under is 5.5. They are 200-1 to win the whole thing, or to win the conference. Their games are Western Michigan, Boston College, and the Penguins of Youngstown State. That's a win. But Sparty ain't going to do shit this year. They still have their quarterback coming back. They have nothing else. They have returning guys, but nothing else. I'll take the over and have them go bowling, but that's it. They'll get 6 wins. What do you got, Ray?
Under, I guess.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to do something real quick. Send this in the group chat. Because if Christian doesn't get back in time, I don't want to... There we go. All right. Next on the list is the Minnesota Golfers. They are 6.5. Pretty much they go bowling. Winning one game over, but they are 101 to win the whole thing. Their non-conference games are Buffalo, Northwestern State, and at Cal. PJ Fleck may row the boat to go bowling, but they ain't winning 7 games. Give me the under in 6.
Under.
The Cornhuskers of Nebraska. Oh, this fucking team. Their over-under is 7.5. They're 35-1. This team, I'm sorry. Fuck this team. Nebraska ain't going to do shit with this Patrick Mahomes looking wannabe. Hard under. This team doesn't even go bowling. Give me them. They got 5. I got them having 5 wins.
Under.
Christian, you back? No. I thought I heard his fucking microphone. All right. We're probably going to get the Big Ten done before he gets back. Northwestern. 3.5 and 500-1. Non-conference games, Tulane, that's a loss. Western Illinois, that may be a win. ULM, that's probably a loss because of Djibouti. Or General Booty, I should say, is his actual name.
I guess.
What?
I guess.
No, that's his actual name.
What a great name.
His name is General Booty. Just like Noah. That's his real name. This team is only going to win 2 games. Give me the under.
Yeah, I'll take the under.
It's like Tabrickashaw Ferguson.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that's an actual guy's name? Tabrickashaw?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he was the left tackle for the Jets.
Huh.
Yeah, Tabrickashaw Ferguson. All right. The Suckeyes of Ohio State. They are 10.5 is their over-under. They're plus 190 to win the conference. They are the favorites to win the conference. Their non-conference games are Texas, Grambling, and Ohio. The thing is does this team lose 2 games? The only time I could see this team losing 2 games is either Texas and then a game against Penn State. Other than that, they're and then they have to beat Michigan. I see a 2-loss team in their future. So give me the under, but 10 wins. What do you got, Ray? Ray, what are you taking? Over under 10.5. I think we might have lost them. All right. While we wait to see where he's at, because I wonder if his microphone crapped out on him or his internet crapped out on him, one of the two, we'll find out. We're going to go to Oregon. The Ducks. Plus 340 to win the whole thing. Their over-under is 10.5. Their non-conference games are Montana State, Oklahoma State, and Oregon State. Obviously, they get the Civil War like they always do. Plus 340 is the conference for them to win the title. This team has such an easy schedule. Do I see 2 losses in this? No, actually. I actually have them with 11 wins and going over. Oh, hold on. Trying to figure shit out, because God forbid. All right. Go and then next, like I said, next we got Penn State. Going in. They are 10.5.
All right, I'm back.
There you are, Christian. All right, I don't know where Ryan is.
Okay.
But
all right, I missed the entire time.
We're halfway through the Big Ten. I'm just gonna list the teams off. Just give me an over/under if they're what they're at. All right.
Mhm.
And then we'll catch up. All right, Michigan over/under 9.5.
I'm gonna take the under because I still don't know about the quarterback situation.
Fair. All right, Indiana over/under 8.5.
Oh, they're gonna be something to watch because they were the feel-good story last year. Can Kurt Signetti do it again? I'm gonna take the under because I think there's more tape on Indiana now.
And with a different quarterback, I fully agree with that.
Yeah.
Illinois over/under 7.5.
I think they can win 8 games. I'm gonna take the over.
I have them winning 6.
So you're taking the under.
Yep. Iowa over/under 7.5.
I'm taking the under.
Okay, we're in disagreement there. I got them winning 9 games. Nebraska over/under 7.5.
And this is Scott Frost's first year, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the under.
Yeah, I have them. I have them not even going bowling. Oh no, this isn't Frost New Year. This is still Matt Rule.
Yeah, Matt Rule, first year.
Second year.
Second year, yeah.
Yeah, I still have them going under. I have them losing to Cincinnati week 1.
Okay.
Minnesota 6.5.
I'll say even.
Well, can't go even. It's the half game.
Yeah, give me under.
Yeah, I have them going bowling, but not doing shit. Michigan State over under 5.5.
Over. I think they can win 6.
So do I. Northwestern over under 3.5.
Oh, Jesus. Under.
Yep, I have them winning too. And Maryland over under 4.5.
I'll take the over. I think they can at least win 5.
Okay, and then the last two that we have was OSU, 10.5.
I think they can win 11. So I'll take over.
Okay, I got them winning 10. I got them losing 2. I got 3 losses on their list, but 2 of them I would only need. So I got 10 games because they could lose to Penn State, Texas, and Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon also 10.5.
Over. I think they're so well coached,
Yep.
and Dan Lanning is gonna work with what he has around him. I think the 3 best teams entering the year in the Big Ten are Oregon, Penn State, and Ohio State, and then I think it's a free for all after those 3.
Well, that brings us to a next. So I also took the over. I have them winning 11 games, the Ducks.
Right.
So now leads into Penn State. Their over-under is 10.5. They are plus 210 to win the whole thing. Their non-conference games are Nevada, FIU, and Villanova. Nevada, they're already a 45.5 point favorite.
Over for sure.
Yeah, I have them in the conference final or in the conference title game.
Okay.
So I have them winning. I have them losing 1 game. I have 11 wins for them.
Okay.
See, the scary part is there are 2 possible 2 losses on this game, and it's back to back. They got to go to Iowa, and then they got to go to the Shoe.
Yeah, and
There is a bye in between. There is a bye in between.
Ohio State has really had Penn State's number over the last couple of years.
So I would have normally said Oregon would be on that list, but they've announced that that's going to be the whiteout game.
Right.
So, yeah, I think they're not. They rarely lose in a whiteout game. Oh, God, you ready for the dismal, drizzling shits of the fucking Big Ten right now?
Not really, but you're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, the Purdue Boilermakers.
Look, you usually ain't nobody care.
They bring back 1 fucking player.
Wow.
They're running back. Everyone else is new. Their non-conference games, Ball State, Southern Illinois, and at Notre Dame. Well, that's a loss. Their over-under is 3.5. Yeah. Show me 3 fucking wins in this fucking team. No, I have them winning 2 games. That could even be 1 game. But give me the under.
Ain't nobody care.
Yeah, bang that big-ass drum. No one gives 2 shits. All right. Now, it's the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers, the birthplace of college football. God forbid we need to, every time I hear that, I need to keep getting reminded. I know. I live it. I fucking hear. Their non-conference games. Miami of Ohio. And actually, a game that I wasn't ready for, but now I'm actually excited to go to. Norfolk State.
Mm-hmm.
Get to see Michael Vick be a coach. They're over under. What?
I said, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Their over-under is 5.5. Do they go bowling? They bring back 8 players from last year. They bring back pretty much all their seniors, as well as their juniors. They've gotten other players from a lot of players from Group of 5 have come up. Rutgers is going to be very interesting. It's just hard being in the Big Ten because of all the mergers that have happened. But with how light their schedule is, this team is going to win 6 games easily. So I have them going over their win total and winning 6.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Like, listen, besides the 3 I just said, they're at Minnesota, they're at Washington, at Purdue, at Illinois, home against Maryland. I mean, I'll just say this. The first 3 are wins. At Purdue is 4. At home against Maryland is 5. They have to find one more win in there, and I think they could. They can beat Minnesota. They can beat Iowa. And get that 6th win. Because God forbid, you're not gonna find one in the last 2 games of the year where you have to go to the Horseshoe and then come back for Penn State.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not finding that. Speaking of a team that can't find their fucking way out of a paper bag, the UCLA Bruins. Tight end you. Gotta be kidding me here.
Yeah.
Their over-under is 5.5. They're 200-1 to win the whole thing. Their non-conference are Utah, UNLV, and New Mexico. Well, that's a win for them right there. I think this team gets 5 wins. I think they go under.
Yeah, and remember, Nico Iamaleava is their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
I see them winning at least 5.
Here's the thing. He may be back, but we don't know what the hell Utah or UNLV are going to be.
Right.
Like, UNLV is gonna be fighting for a instant playoff berth next to Boise State. So UCLA is gonna have to fucking bear down and fight. But again, Utah is gonna be one of those teams that they're gonna probably have trouble with.
I can see it.
Yeah. Next, USC, the Trojans. God forbid, no one wants to fuck with them just because, like, rattlesnakes and condoms, 2 things you don't fuck with.
Mm-hmm.
Their non-conference games, Missouri State, that's a win. Georgia Southern, that's a win. And at Notre Dame, that should be fun. They're bringing back barely anybody on offense. They bring back the left side of that line, which is great for them. They're over under 7.5. They're 16-1 to win the whole thing. I can see them being a long shot, but I can't see them winning more than 7 games. So I got to go under.
Yeah, I agree with you.
All right. Washington, the Huskies. Their non-conference games are Colorado State, UC Davis, and Wazoo. They're 7.5 and 50-1 to win the whole thing.
This is who?
Washington.
Oh, the Huskies?
The Huskies.
Okay.
This team, there's no one really back this year. They got a new quarterback after last year. 7.5, I can see them winning 7 games. I can't see them winning more than 8. I can't see them being put in contention to win to possibly have a shot to win the Big Ten. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're still trying to kind of like find their footing. So I'm gonna say under.
Okay.
Under.
There you are.
Yeah, I'm here. Under.
What, did you fall asleep?
Yep.
It's all good.
Long day at work, man.
Oh, trust me. Yeah, you had a long day at work? Look who you're talking to.
I know, man.
We're almost done with college, and then we'll get to the NFL. Final team is the Wisconsin Badgers. Their non-conference games are Miami of Ohio, Middle Tennessee, and at Alabama. Oof. 5.5 is their over-under, 150 to win the whole thing. I see 5 wins. Besides, they got 3 wins that actually, maybe 4 wins. I got to go under.
Yeah, under.
Christian?
Ain't nobody care.
And that's no one being fickler.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, Luke Fickle.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, with that being said, Christian, who do you have as your Big Ten title game?
Ohio State, Penn State.
Okay, so I am in the same boat with Penn State, but I got Penn State versus Oregon.
What?
And I have Penn State winning.
Well,
I think Franklin needs it.
yeah, he does.
My long shot, though, and usually I throw this in there, long shot, is Iowa at 45-1.
Well,
But who is your champion? The Big Ten.
I think Ohio State
You think
gets some.
You think they repeat?
Yeah, well, they didn't win it all. They didn't win the Big title game last year.
That's right.
Or did.
Yeah. Do you have any could you see a long shot sneaking in at all in any of these, or do you think it's just the top 3?
I think it's just the top 3. Penn State, Ohio State, and Oregon.
Everyone's given
State,
Illinois. Everyone's calling Illinois the next Indiana.
Interesting.
I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's what it is. But with that being said, next week we go into the last section of our previews for college football, the SEC, Notre Dame, and the Pac-2. So we go into the SEC next week. But with that being said, we also start our preview for the NFL. So I made it very simple. We're going to do the 8 teams in the East. And then we're going to do the next every week we're going to do all 8 teams. 8 teams in the East, West, South, North. Just make it quicker because let's face it, the East probably is the easiest one to go through.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go with that. But with that being said, let's kick it off with probably the team that's going to run away with the division this year, the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I think they're the biggest threat to Kansas City in the AFC. I could see Buffalo winning 14 games this year.
So let me give the numbers. Their over under is 12.5 to their over under. Their division to win the division, which is pretty much a guarantee, it's minus 330.
Yeah.
They're the foregone favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think this is the favorite to win the division, and I mean, ever since Tom Brady left New England, this has been Buffalo's division for the taking. Yeah, we know what they're capable of doing in the regular season. When are they gonna put it together when it matters most, which is playoff time? That to me is what I'm gonna be paying attention to. I need to see more from Buffalo's receiving core because they didn't even have a 1,000-yard receiver last year. Which is the reason why Josh Allen really won MVP.
Yeah,
because
they're the favorite.
Top 2 receivers and still was able to put it together and work with what he had around him. His number 1 receiver last year was Khalil Shakir. And I was saying that if Buffalo wanted to make a move, they could go out and get a guy like a Terry McLaurin because he's unhappy with the Washington Commanders right now. And if Buffalo were to go get Terry McLaurin, this instantly puts Buffalo, I think, that could be the piece that puts them over the top in the AFC. He would immediately become Josh Allen's top target, and he would be a great complementary asset playing alongside Khalil Shakir, unless they really have a lot of hope, a lot of faith and confidence that Keon Coleman's going to be that guy. Most importantly, Buffalo, they need to get it together, get out their head, and extend James Cook. James Cook is your most important player. He takes a lot of pressure off of Josh Allen.
So I'll say this. The bet for right now, and I agree with you, that Buffalo they're the favorite right now to win the whole thing. They're the Super Bowl favorite right now at plus 625. So they're 6.25 to 1 to win the whole thing. I would wait if you think Baltimore is a better team. If you think Buffalo is going to beat Baltimore, I would put money on Buffalo today. Because if they beat Baltimore, that price is going to go to 3 to 1 immediately. But I will say this, I bet you if Baltimore wins, the Buffalo number will immediately jump back to like 9 to 1.
What, you talking that week 1 game?
Yes.
Yeah, and that, the NFL really did us a solid with putting that on the schedule in week 1 because it was the best game of the year last year. Buffalo got their revenge. Remember, they met in the regular season last year. Baltimore beat them like a battering ram. Baltimore ran the football until Buffalo pretty much just waved the white flag. Then Buffalo got their revenge when it mattered most, and I know this is a game Baltimore has circled on their calendar.
Yeah. This like you said, you have that. I'm definitely taking the over. I got them winning 13 games. Ryan, how about you? I think he fell asleep again.
Yeah, my guy is tired, bro.
Yeah, he's been working as much as I have. All right, I'll get his picks tomorrow. or later if he's up. So we'll just keep moving on. Miami. They're over under 7.5. They are 7-1 to win the division. They're 80-1 to win the Super Bowl. I don't. It's weird. This team, healthy, they will be fine. But the minute Tua goes down, this is going to be a nightmare.
I don't trust the Dolphins. I'm
No.
just going to come out and say it.
Oh, no, I'll say that, but I don't like what other people are saying because apparently everyone has Miami to finish second or third in this division, and, like, it's funny because it's like, I get why people have no faith in the Jets, but to say they're worse than Miami with that defense is fucking asinine.
Yeah, but, I think the reason why people put the Dolphins over the Jets is their offense is more consistent. You can't say that about the Jets.
We don't know what the Jets' offense... See, the scary thing is this, because of the new coach, we don't know what the Jets' offense is a wild card. The Jets' offense is so variant that the Jets' floor could be 3 wins. The Jets' ceiling could be 10. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs. I'm saying, though, there's a very big variant for the Jets. Miami, it's kind of, the floor is 6, the ceiling's 9. You kind of know what you're getting with this team. And if Tua wins, well, the first pick in the NFL draft goes to Miami. If Tua gets one more concussion, we'll be seeing Manning in Miami.
So, I'll just come say goodnight. I know your ass is going to go to bed soon.
But,
Shit.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry. No, I don't see where it's going to be the big thing. Miami won 8 games last year. And they're a 2-point drop-off? No, I think this team is going to struggle more than people think. I am taking
Miami?
I'm taking the under, and they're only going to win 6 games, and it might end up being the last time we see, what's his name as the head coach.
Yeah, he enters on the hot seat this year. Can Tua stay healthy? I mean, the potential is there. And, I just read something a couple weeks ago. The Dolphins have the longest active streak of playoff losses. They haven't won a playoff game since 2000.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. Yeah, I can see them winning 6, maybe 7 at the most, but I don't think they're the biggest threat to Buffalo in the AFC East.
No,
I'm going to tell you,
and
you get to this team.
It's going to be the next team, if anything. And in all honesty, I think Buffalo runs away with this division because, I'm sorry, as much as New England has been the team this year, there's still, Grable is great, but Grable ain't playing anymore. Because, I'm sorry, an over of 8.5 and being 6.25 to 1 to win the division and 70 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. I can't sit here and say this is a 500, a meddling 500 team. I think Buffalo gets this locked in before week 12.
I think New England could be a playoff team this year. They had the best off season out of every other team in the NFL. They addressed their needs on the defensive side of the ball. And Mike Vrabel built this defense like Bill Belichick would. Added pieces where they really needed. Got Milton Williams, and he's going to be a lane eater in the middle. Got Carlton Davis III on the offensive side. They finally got Drake May, a wide receiver, because with a straight face, can you name a reliable target that Drake May has gotten the ball to?
No.
They haven't really had a true number one receiver that scares you.
Is this year 2 or year 3 for May?
Huh?
Is this year 2 or 3? For May. I think this is his third year.
I think this is his third year, yeah. They go out, they get Stephon Diggs. I love what they did in the draft. They got Will Campbell. So you got him some protection up front. And then they drafted Travion Henderson. Like, watch out for New England. I'm not saying they're going to go back to the Patriots of old, but they could be interesting to watch.
Second year.
Right.
He was a rookie last year.
And he's in a better position now. Because what do I always say, Ronnie? I've said it on this show. I've said it on the site. I've said it on Monday Evening Quarterback. If you want your quarterback to succeed, put him in the position to win. You got to put pieces around him.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But with that being said, though, is this team a 500 team? Does this team go over 500 or under 500 this year?
Who, New England?
Yeah.
Oh, they're over. I think they win 10 games.
See, I'm the opposite. I think they're going to win 8. I think they're going to go under. Because as much as it is, I don't know. There's something about this that I think May is going to be good, but I think they also have a very tough schedule too.
Yeah.
Let me see something real quick. Patriots. I mean, you open up with Vegas. Let me see games that would be toss-ups or games that would be difficult. They open up with Vegas. We have no idea what Vegas is going to be, and how is this defense going to go against Ascendenti. Home against Pittsburgh. Atlanta at Tampa. Jets twice at Cincinnati. Buffalo twice at Baltimore. I mean, well, let me just see. How many games did I announce? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, so that's 7 games that I would say wins. So you split that in half, 5. Yeah, I mean, you could say that's about 13. Yeah, I mean, you could see that, yeah. I mean, if you do everything right. But there's a lot of variables. Because there's 2 things that we don't know about. One, by that time, what the hell is Cleveland going to be? Because who knows what the hell the Browns are going to turn into. And 2, is Jackson Dart playing for the Giants? Because they get him in December on Monday Night Football.
Right.
So, if Dart's playing then, if Dart's not playing, I'll then reverse. If it's still Jameis or if it's still Russ, then the Giants have a winning record by that time.
Yeah.
But I think they go under. Next, though, is the New York Jets. Their over-under is 5.5. They're 18-1 to win the division. They're 200-1 to win the Super Bowl. Let's erase all that first. They're not going to win the division. They're not winning the Super Bowl this year.
Who?
The Jets. Just let's get that out of the way. Let's just get that out of the way. But does this team have a chance to win and get a chance to make the playoffs? Yeah, they actually can. In my opinion, they actually can. And if they do, I'll tell you this right now. If they make the playoffs, Aaron Glenn, Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I can see it.
If the Jets make the playoffs, Aaron Glenn Coach of the Year, because I mean they're 5-1 just to make the playoffs. That would be the bet that I would take.
Mm-hmm.
Not 18-1 to win the thing, just to make the playoffs, because you don't know what the Jets. See, this is the thing about the Jets. That defense. First off, you have a defensive-minded coach that is getting a defense that 2 years ago was a Super Bowl caliber defense. And on top of that, Aaron Glenn played for the Jets when the Jets were hard-nosed defense. So he's bringing that mentality to this team, and he knows the Jets formula because he's lived it. And I've said this before, and how many times? Christian, you know what it is. What are the Jets' formula?
They want to run the ball and play defense.
They just signed a fullback that's a 380 or 280 pound fullback that out of college to be their Lamont Jordan. This is good, and they have the healthiest, probably one of the biggest lines that are going to be there. This team is going to be a bruising team that is going to body punch the living shit out of every team. Now, what happens if they get behind? Justin Fields has to air it out. Yeah, the Jets are fucked.
Yeah.
But if the Jets can play ugly football and go back to that 90s, 2000 style where Fields just can use his legs to run, like I said, this team could win 3 games. This team could win 10 games. That's how much gap this team has. I really think they win 9 games and maybe not make the playoffs, but they put themselves in an opportunity to sneak into the playoffs. So I'm going to take the over.
Of course you are.
Hey, I gave a reason why I'm giving the over, though.
Of course you are.
But again, it would not shock me if this team goes 3-12 or 3-14.
I think they win at least 6 games. They'll play hard, but they're not quite there yet. And you don't know what version of Justin Fields you're going to get.
But again, that's the thing. Like I said, this team has such a big gap that they could have the first pick of the draft or they can make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's terrifying. And by the way, you took the over also.
Whatever.
But we're both in agreement, though. Buffalo's taking the East.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's not a shock. There's already kind of a bet in their parlay between the Buffalo and the NFC champ. So first things first for the NFC champ, Dallas. Or not NFC champ, sorry. Yeah, no. Their over-under is 7.5. 675 to win the division. They're 50-1 to win the Super Bowl. If this team stays healthy, they can win 10 games.
I agree.
And if they pay Micah Parsons. The problem is can Dak stay healthy?
Right. That's going to be the determining factor in everything. Can Dak Prescott stay healthy? But my concern with the Dallas Cowboys is they didn't address the offensive balance that I thought they would. Because now, yeah, you have George Pickens, and it wasn't a bad move, but I don't think George Pickens helps them move the needle necessarily. Yeah, he's going to know his role. He's going to see a lot of one on ones because CD Lamb is going to be double and sometimes triple teamed. But my thing with the Cowboys is, you know what their philosophy is. They're a ground and pound team.
Yeah.
You know, Dak Prescott is not going to win you a game as a shootout quarterback. He's just not that guy. And that's the problem. The Cowboys are paying him to be that guy, but he's not that guy. If he can throw the ball between 30 to 32 times a game, the Cowboys are normally in good shape. And George Pickens, to me, comes into a pressure cooker of a situation because you saw how he was whining when he was in Pittsburgh, right? Remember that?
I remember that.
He does that in Dallas. You know, the media is going to be on him entirely.
No, you're absolutely right. But I'm just interested to see what happens with this because obviously if they don't pay Micah, this is gonna be that's gonna get ugly. And they're not gonna trade Micah Parsons.
If they do, they would trade him outside the conference.
So one person put 6 teams. One was the Jets. I go, first off, forget that. Not even gonna start that. That would be insane. But you would have to give up.
Oh, you know who I could see going after him?
Cleveland.
Oh God, no. That's going from shit to purgatory.
Dude, imagine that defense though.
Him and Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Pittsburgh.
Nah.
Pittsburgh. Him and Watt.
Yeah, but nah. I think I could see New England going after him.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, Grable with yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's sad? There's a team that's on here that we're not talking about, and he would never go there. But imagine if the Pennsylvania boy went home.
What's a Philly?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It would never happen because they would never trade him in division.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're one of these teams, what are you giving up? You have to give up 3 first-rounders and like 2 second-rounders. And then you have to... No, you know what? I'm wrong. It would probably be a 2 and 2. Because you still have to pay Micah.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see the fair deal of being 2 first rounds, 2 second rounds, but it's got to be a sign and trade.
Yeah.
Pay the man what he's worth and then trade him for those 4 picks.
I think he's doing this just to get more.
It's a leverage deal. But here's the thing.
Because Myles Garrett did the same thing, and look at what happened.
But here's the thing that's different between him and Garrett right now. Jerry Jones has all the leverage.
Yeah.
Because what would happen if they go into next year and he doesn't play? Okay, he loses money. Okay. But then he doesn't accrue playing time to be able to be a free agent. Okay, well, what if he does play? He's still not going to get paid because Jerry can just franchise tag him for 2 years. He'll make his money, but he won't be what he won't be. He'll still be under team control.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is a tactic. It is what it is. But all right, 7.5. Are you taking the over or the under? I'm going to take the over because I really think if Dak stays healthy, they can win 10 games.
I agree with you. I'm taking the over as well.
All right, the New York Giants 5.5 is their over under. 30-1 to win the division. 200-1 to win the Super Bowl. Again, let's take those two things and ship it the fuck out because it ain't happening. 5.5 is an interesting number though.
For the Giants?
Yep. Because they retooled that defense, but with this offense is who is going to be the person behind center?
It's going to be Russ.
Oh, to start the season, yes, it's going to be Russ. But when we start getting deeper in, do we see Jackson Dart?
Yeah.
And when we see Jackson Dart, could you see Jackson Dart rattle off 5-6 wins?
I don't know about that.
Okay,
For that to happen,
okay, let me rephrase that. Russ gets 2. Can Dart get 4?
Yeah, for the Giants to win games, there's gonna have to be like a heavy dose of Tyrone Tracy.
Well, you got to remember that defense got retooled. Like Abdul Carter is now on that team. And by the way, we forgot one big player that's on this in the backfield now. Fucking Scatterbo.
That's true.
Like, just their first 4 picks. Abdul Carter, Jackson Dart, Darius Alexander, and Cam Scatterbo. That right there, those picks are dangerous. Because Scatterbo is a fucking freight train. Alexander is probably the steal that they got out of the 3rd round because that's a 290-pound D tackle that can just clog up the center. And then you got Carter on the outside just wreaking havoc like fucking Parsons. So let's face it, we joke about it, but Penn State is known for their edge rushers. And I mean, they can win. I'm looking at their schedule. I mean, they can win 7 games or 6 games. Like, Russ can win 2 and Dart can win the rest. I'm going to take the over, but by the skin of my teeth, I'm going to take the 6. It all factors in on if Dart plays. Because if it's Russ, if it's Russ, then it's going to be an under.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they can at least win 6 games.
All right, next is Philly. 11.5. They're the favorite to win the East at -160, and they're 7-1 to win the Super Bowl. The big question I have with Philly is, does the Madden curse live with Barkley being on the cover?
Yeah.
I don't think it really is going to matter with how Philly has their defense set up. I think it factors in a lot, but I think with how Philly plays, I think even if he missed a month, Barkley is not going to be missed that much in this offense. I think they win 13 games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see them winning 14. I could see them winning at least 12 this year.
Okay.
They have the best offensive nucleus in the National Football League. Jalen Hurts. You have A.J. Brown on one side you got to deal with if you're a defense. You have Devontae Smith on the other side. You have Saquon in the backfield. And then you got to have a hidden piece. Again, think a guy that benefits from all of this, and that's the tight end. That's Dallas Goedert. And I know this defense did lose a lot. They lost Milton Williams. They lost Josh Sweat. But Zach Bond is back. If Jordan Davis can stay healthy, I think this is going to be a really scary defense for the Eagles, and they're going to continue to build this defense through the draft. Yeah, this is the class, not only of the NFL, but of this division, and they're going to be a tough out. again this year.
Yep. Yep, and we went 3 overs in this, which means, out of default, this is probably going to be our under, and that's Washington. They're 9.5 is their over under. They're 230 to win the division. They're 20-1 to win the Super Bowl. Here's the problem. I think Washington takes a major step back and regresses. I have them winning 7 games.
I want to see Jayden do it again.
Yep, and
Look,
I don't trust him right now. I don't trust it right
I'm
now.
not. Listen, I'm not knocking this kid or anything, but yeah, can he do it again? Because so many people are quick to label him a top 5 quarterback. I'm like, okay, he's done it for one season. Now let's see him do it with a full year of tape.
Yep.
On him. I mean, the Commanders were such a feel good story last year. A game away from the Super Bowl, winning those playoff games. Excuse me. On the road, the way they beat Detroit, that made me open my eyes a little bit more. But they already have a little bit of an issue. And what are they going to do with Terry McLaurin?
Yep.
And can their defense stop the run? Because that was their glaring issue last year. I could see them taking the under as well. I think they could win at least 8 games.
And by the way, they opened up their season with the Giants.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. And I think we're both in agreement, Philly to win the East.
Yeah.
The first time since what, 2002? That we had a repeat in the East?
It's been a while. I think it was like 2003, 2002, 2003, 2004.
Since Philly.
The Eagles won.
Yeah, the Eagles won back to back.
They're the last team to do it.
Yep. And I think that's what it is. I think Philly shows out, and I really think Buffalo is in the same boat.
Yeah, because to me, the Eagles have the best quarterback in the division.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and this Jalen Hurts slander has to stop.
Why? What's going on with that?
A lot of people are just saying, he's not top 5. I think he is, personally. I really do. I mean,
I'm gonna flip the question. I'm gonna flip the question then. Who's their top 5? Who are you taking out? But if you're taking Jayden out, who are you putting in there?
So can I give you my top 5?
Yeah, go ahead. We're done with the over under, so we're good.
It's no order. Burrow. I mean, to me, Joe Burrow was the best quarterback in the NFL last year. I mean, sucks that he had a defense that just let him down time after time, right? Burrow, Lamar, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty.
Because for a while, coming into last year, I had did I have Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, and Jalen Hurts. And the reason why I didn't have Burrow in there was because he got hurt. Because my thing is this. Burrow, to me, is the quarterback they label Lamar Jackson to be. You get what I mean by that?
Yeah.
What do I mean?
Well, I mean, when it comes to, he's not a traditional quarterback. He's the guy that
It's not even him being a traditional quarterback. It's people always knock Lamar for getting hurt when Lamar has been a little bit more reliable than Joe Burrow. If we're being real, like Joe's missed the remainder of a season twice since he broke in. You remember he tore his ACL
Yep.
in his rookie year, and he hurt his wrist just a couple years ago. Like, if I need someone to go win me a game, more than likely, I'm gonna lean toward Lamar because of the availability factor. Availability is everything nowadays. And I've even seen a debate, Ronnie, about who's the better quarterback. And I want to ask you this: who's the better quarterback to you, Jalen or Lamar?
Huh. It depends on, because it's two completely different styles.
Yeah, but I look at it as Lamar has two of what Jalen doesn't have, and Jalen has three of what Lamar doesn't have. You get what I mean by that?
MVP, the Super Bowl rings?
Well, Jalen's been to two Super Bowls.
Yep.
He has a Super Bowl ring.
Yep.
Whereas Lamar has the two league MVPs over Jalen.
But in reality, though, I'm going to say this, and this is going to get some controversy from people. I don't think that he should have gotten the MVP that 1 year.
Yeah.
I think Dak had a
Christian
better
McCaffrey.
and McCaffrey had better seasons than Lamar.
Yeah, because the quarterback play wasn't all that great that year. I mean, Lamar, but what got Lamar the MVP was the Ravens were the 1 seed. That's it.
Yeah, but even then when he did it, he did it over the course of 6 weeks.
Listen, the first one that he won, hands down.
Oh no, I'm talking about the last one that he won. The second one when Dak was probably top 10 in touchdowns. I think he was like top 5 in touchdowns. He was top 5 in non-picks. He was like 3rd in yardage. And the Cowboys, I believe, I know they made the playoffs. They might have won the division.
Yeah.
Dak should have won it then, but they gave it to Lamar because Lamar had 6 strong weeks of rushing and shit like that, and they gave it to him when I don't think he deserved it. Yeah. And then the next year, Lamar actually has a better season than anybody, and they don't give it to Lamar because they gave it to him last time.
What, you talking last year?
Yeah. Listen,
I'm going to say
statistically, Lamar had a better year than Josh Allen. Josh Allen had a better overall game.
Yeah, but Josh Allen had 2 MVP moments last year.
Right.
He upset Kansas. He beat Kansas City, who was undefeated. And then I knew he had the award wrapped up, signed, sealed, and delivered after he beat the Lions.
Well,
he beat both teams in the conference, and the Bills won 8 games in a row. And Josh was the catalyst to that. What's the name of the award, Ronnie? Most what player?
Yeah, valuable.
And nobody was more valuable to their football team than Josh Allen was.
I agree with that, but let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
With the Kansas City win, could you even call it that? That was a dire moment? Because if that pitch was 1 second later, or 1 second behind this line, 1 second later, we're not sitting here talking about that being a big win for them. We're talking about that being a loss because that was the game-winning drive that would have put Kansas City over. But yet the pitch was ahead.
Look, I knew Buffalo kind of had that game in their grasp because they always seem to beat Kansas City in the regular season. Whereas once it gets to January, the script is flipped. Buffalo has owned Kansas City in the regular season, but come playoff time, Kansas City has Buffalo's number.
Right, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
because because if it wasn't for, I mean, Kelsey had the pitch. It was the perfect play, but it ended up being a forward pass, which then ended up them losing the game.
Yeah, but the reason why Josh won that award, like Josh lost his top two receivers from 2023. He lost Stephon Diggs and he lost Gabe Davis, right?
Yeah.
And I remember when I went back to Illinois last year, I caught up with a friend and we went and had lunch. And I told him, he asked me who I thought would win the AFC East. And I told him, I'm like, Buffalo. And he looked at me like I was crazy. He goes, really? How so? I'm like, because of that guy that wears the number 17. He's the best player in the division. And Buffalo can play a lot. They came into last year. You know who they reminded me of last year? They reminded me of the 2022 Kansas City Chiefs. Remember when Kansas City traded Tyreek Hill?
Yeah.
Buffalo did the same thing. Trading
Right.
Stephon Diggs. And I'm just like, nah, defenses aren't going to really know what to expect. Defenses didn't know what to expect with Kansas City that year in 2022, and they didn't know what to expect with Buffalo last year. And what did Mahomes do in 2022? Not only did he win a Super Bowl, he won league MVP.
Yeah, I was going to say, he won MVP.
Josh Allen, nobody meant more to their football team than Josh Allen last year. I can guarantee you, if the Bills didn't have Josh Allen last year, they're probably picking 4th or 5th in the first round of the draft this past spring. He elevated everybody around him. He was the Bills' offense. Then, I don't know if a lot of people would consider this, an MVP moment per se, but remember when they played San Francisco in the snow on Sunday night?
Yeah.
He made history in that game, remember?
Oh yeah, no,
He caught a touchdown pass, he ran for one, and he threw one. And then in a game against the Rams in a losing effort, he accounted for 6 touchdowns. He threw 3 and he ran for 3, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
Look, I'm not taking anything away from Lamar, but Baltimore at times looked extremely questionable. Look at how they lost that game to Kansas City in the opener last year. Then, they blew a lead to the Las Vegas Raiders in week 2.
Like I said, if you like the other side of whoever you like out of that, wait until after week 1 because the odds are going to change.
Oh, that's going to be a great game. The last 2 MVPs, that epic playoff game just a couple of months ago, like I said, this is a game that Baltimore has had circled on the calendar when the schedules came out. And, the issue I just have with Baltimore is they get away from what works for them.
Yeah.
They don't run the ball.
No, listen. We're going to see it, and it's going to be interesting, and we're going to enjoy it because it's the NFL.
Yeah, and man, I can't wait to get my hands on that Baltimore and Buffalo game. That preview. I've been excited to preview week one games in the past, but this one just hits a little differently for me because it was such an epic game last year. And it's one of the best games I've had the privilege of previewing. And, you know, I think both these teams have one goal in common to take down the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City's ended their season each in the last couple years.
Yeah.
And look, I'm gonna tell you this now. This may sound crazy, but I think Baltimore's Super Bowl window has closed. Their best shot at winning it was when Lamar won his second MVP.
I agree with that.
Buffalo, theirs is still slightly open. You know, like I'll be real with you. I give the Bills a little bit of a pass after the 2022 season because they almost saw their teammate die on the field. So I don't think they necessarily had that light switch turned on and say, "Hey, let's flip it back to football."
Right.
And how could you? Do you blame them? No, not at all.
But all right. I mean, that's the East. What do you want to do next week? You want to do the North or you want to do the West?
Let's do the West.
Okay. Because I was gonna say the South is probably gonna be the hardest.
No, it won't. No, it won't.
When it comes to other teams, yeah, I bet you'd be surprised how hard the West is gonna be, or not the West, the South.
Oh, okay.
But all right. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. If you like what you heard, please follow us on all social media accounts under the Nerdport Network. Follow us individually on Twitter /X and Ronnie.
At Daily Blitz _61. Make sure you log on to the site and become a subscriber today. The dailyblitz.blog. My favorite project is about to start on the site, which is Best in the Business. This is where I count down my 10 best players in the NFL.
And Ryan is under Stonecock STL. Join us back here on Wednesday as we always dive into the good, the bad, and the what the fuck was that on the wide world of sports and sports betting. Join myself and Ryan during the week as we stream live. I am playing Darksiders. He's playing, really, it's a crapshoot what it is, but come and join us, enjoy yourself, and talk to us. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you heard, please tell your friends. If you didn't,
go fuck yourself.
Tell your enemies, but always remind them 3 different things. 1, Bobby Bonilla be getting paid. 2, a hot dog is a sandwich. Ryan wants to freaking yell at me for that. Go right ahead. You can do that later. And 2 and 3, there is always a teachable moment in hell. If you don't believe us, that's shit. That's just a fact of life. Yeah.